In this video, we'll look at all the ways you have available to query your data in KDB Insights Enterprise. And there's more than one method to query data from a database. So we're going to start with the query filter, as no code experience is necessary, and this is the easiest way to explore your data if you're not used to writing code. There are also the options to query your data with SQL, like we've seen in the quick start, or with Q. So for query, simply select your table from the drop-down, set a start and end time. So I'm going to choose a time from earlier today up to now. And then we need to define an output variable as well. And you can even add filters and aggregations on your data up here on the right hand side. So once we have run get data, two things happen. The first is we can see your data outputted on the bottom console. And the second thing is we have this output variable now available to use for querying within the Scratchpad. So you can think of this as the perfect playground to do your data analysis in. So for example, I'm going to add a quick filter to only return where volumes are greater than 1 in my data set. And I can even pivot my data here to check how many records per each volume I have. So I can see I have the most records for the lowest volumes. And you can see more advanced analytics for this data set, like calculating the moving averages, trade position, and different strategies, also ready-made for you in the tutorial as code samples. So you can choose to use Q for this, which I've done, or if you prefer, you can do your data analysis and manipulation in Python. So you just switch over here to do that. So do check out our PyKX documentation if you're keen to access the power of KDB through Python, as you'll find a lot of great functionality above the standard Python libraries available for you here. Now the console shows results of the most recent query irrespective of the selected tab. So when you're switching between tabs, you will need to rerun get data or run Scratchpad just to repopulate the results for the selected tab. And just to note, if you leave your session idle, your data will remove itself from the Scratchpad after about an hour. So just to note, you'll need to repopulate it using the get data functionality to have that in that middle window for your data analysis. So the console is the default display of data generated by a query. Then you have table, which is a more structured display of your data with additional filter options, and the results are paged for you, so it's kind of easier to go through them. The third option you have is visual plots, which are a really nice, fast way to visualize your data. And there's some inbuilt presets like bubble, line, and bar, and you just need to select the columns you want for your X and Y axis. So to check out more examples of different visualizations and to see what settings you can change and edit, you can see that in the docs, and I'll link that below. So that's it for a very quick tour of the query capabilities. And we are constantly improving and updating our UI. So do check the docs for the latest release of our product to see any improvements and changes that are in addition to what I've gone through in this video. So that's it for now. Hopefully you learned a bit more about the query capabilities available for you to use in KDB Insights Enterprise. And you can try the end of module quiz to test your knowledge.